I don't know if anyone's listening, but TJ, since we're having a private conversation, uh, everything I just said before, you totally agree with and in complete and utter agreement with the ridiculous and outrageous statements I made, right?
Yeah.
Good.
100%. 100%.
Oh, shit.
All my favorite things.
I guess we're doing. Oh, shit. We're actually live, TJ. Didn't know if you know that.
We want fighting boys. We want fighting boys. We want.
Rip and tear. Rip and tear.
Yeah, bitch. You know what, Scotty?
Fuck you up, TJ.
You know what I'm thinking? Zevia. What a little bitch. Drink fucking pure liquid cocaine. Like, I got a fucking gallon of liquid cocaine here, Scotty.
A gallon
Whole ass fucking gallon of liquid cocaine.
Looks like water for your next diet, TJ.
Yeah, I did decide. I just decided that it's probably a time to try to lose weight again.
Oh, I know that was coming when
considering. Let me see. I was at 280, and
now I'm at 280.
I was at 280.
That's pretty low for you.
And now I'm at 340. So.
Woo! Damn, TJ. Damn.
Yeah.
340. I think that's tied for your fattest, isn't it?
No, my fattest ever was 355.
Oh shit. So you caught a little earlier.
Yeah.
Well, I knew you were getting.
I basically gained 10 pounds a month for 6 months or something. So.
Well, I knew that happened to you because when you had a conversation like a couple weeks ago, you're like, "God damn, Scott, I'm getting fat. I put on like 30 fucking pounds."
It's more like fucking 60 pounds. See,
you're probably in denial.
290, 300, no, 50 pounds. Yeah. Basically,
you're 280.
No, you gained 60 pounds. 60 pounds. That's right.
That's an advantage of being bad at math. No, I didn't gain that much. 50.
For some reason, I started downplaying my weight. I'm like, yeah, 330. I'm like, you're not 330, bitch. You're 340. It's like, oh shit. Yeah, you're right.
Are you 340? You woke up, took a giant shit. Are you 340? Like, oh damn. Ugh.
I mean, I was wearing all my clothes and stuff, so I'm probably not quite there, but you know,
you're close enough.
I got like a doctor weigh in.
Oh shit.
Like the doctor scale, you know what I mean? So I just went out and ate a big dinner, and now I'm on my first.
Dude, you're the only guy I know. Like, I'm about to fucking start a diet. Best thing to do is eat a bunch of fucking greasy food.
I mean, it wasn't really greasy. I mean, I went into a nice steakhouse. I got some steak and some mashed potatoes, some asparagus, some espresso. Had a charcuterie. Had some apple cobbler. You know, I tore it up.
Yeah, man. TJ, sounds like you're really losing weight there.
Well, no, now I'm on my look. I got see that timer there? See that little timer down there?
Yeah, it's a fasting app.
Yeah, it's not really. It's just this is my phone's timer. But yeah,
I thought you had like a little app or something.
Nah, I ain't got no fucking app. Fuck that shit.
How long do you allow yourself to eat again, TJ?
As of right now, 14 hours, 57 minutes, 33 seconds.
Oh man. So right now it's not bad. Right now,
but, you know, I'll sleep through a lot of that. You know,
that's probably a wise strategy.
So you know, a lot of that'll be me sleeping.
I mean, if you figure that you go to bed probably 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, knowing you, TJ.
Yeah, usually.
So yeah, I mean, you got to be oh shit, dude. Oh, well, let's be honest here. You're gonna have a no man's land around 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, that is gonna be the hardest.
The ennui of life starts setting in. Like, what do I watch? What do I do?
Charcuterie is just French for a big ass plate of deli meat and cheese. Don't forget cheese. Well, the diet that I want to get on, but you can't.
Charcuterie boards are amazing.
It's one you really can't just jump onto. But I've been looking at this intermittent fasting. I think I know the one that's for me. Because you know me, I'm like an all or nothing motherfucker. The reason I can't be on a diet is because I would rather I'd rather not eat than eat healthy. You know, like fuck vegetables and all that shit.
Let me starve.
So I want to get on this one where it's like you just eat whatever the fuck you want for one day, and the next day you fast, and the next day you eat whatever you want, and the next day you fast, and so on and so forth, on and on throughout eternity.
I got you. So you're advocating a system more of like
Because I want to eat what I want to eat.
You have one day of like, I get to be TJ. Then one day of like, no, I'm not TJ.
I must be the starving creature.
So like, I mean, I don't know. It could work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's different intermittent fasting things. Some people do like a 12 hours eating, 12 hours not eating. Some people doing 18.
You know what they say the best system is, TJ?
What was it? It's 16-8. And then some people do like a 1 meal a day, which I couldn't. Fuck that. That's too much. And then for me, though, I'm thinking like, yeah, 1 day of eating how I want to eat and then 1 day of just fucking not eating. That sounds better. But I have to get my body used to not eating for those kind of time periods. So to start off, I'm just going to do it with like, 1 or 2, maybe 3 16-hour fasts a week to kind of like start to get used to that.
Some people, I mean, honestly, you probably won't notice it too much the first day, but in a few days, you're really gonna start feeling it because you're probably gonna have a time.
Well, I'm not gonna do it consecutively. I'm not, because here's my thing. I'm not gonna try. I'm done trying to control what I eat because I just like what I like. Fuck it. So instead, I'm gonna since I can't control the what, I'm gonna try to control the when. You know what I mean? Maybe that's not the ideal solution. I'll give TJ 2 hours. Thanks, buddy. I'm glad you have such confidence.
I mean, dude, even I have more faith in TJ than 2 fucking hours.
There's a reason why I literally ate a gigantic fucking gluttonous feast before I started this.
Yeah, so you had no. So when you start your 16-hour fast, it's like you have nothing of like, oh man, I'm really gonna be hungry. You're not gonna be hungry at all.
Yeah, there's a lot. My body has a lot to go through.
You pair it with exercise. TJ's got a fucking home gym. There's no reason TJ could not.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
work out.
Yeah, I've been going in my gym and stuff. So I've been look. If you felt my arm right now, I know it doesn't look like anything because there's so much fucking fat on it. But if you actually feel right here, it's pretty fucking hard. It's like a fucking rock in there.
Like a rock.
Oh, like a rock. But the thing is, I'm actually not that strong. Like I've built a giant muscle there, and you could feel it. It's like the fucking.
You're a pipsqueak though.
But yeah, I'm still weak as fucking shit. You know why?
Honestly, because it takes years, dude. It takes fucking years.
You know why though? It's because I built this muscle by doing a bunch of reps of like very low weights, which will build muscle, but doesn't really build strength all that much. I
mean, why don't you just lift more? I mean, you don't have to lift like you don't have to do like crazy amounts. You can just do like 20-pound weights and pretty.
Yeah, I've been escalating it, but I've been adjusting my expectations. I have to work within the confines of the creature that I am. It's time for me to stop thinking like I'm going to be a leopard that changes its spots. I have to work with what I've got. And, I know that I can not eat, but I can't eat fucking right. Because fuck vegetables. That shit sucks. I could be starving and not want to eat that shit. Give me a fucking...
You like beef and broccoli though, don't you?
That shit's pretty good.
There's vegetables there.
Well, yeah. I mean, cover it in some fucking sauce and
beef and broccoli's not fucking really that bad for you. Now, honestly,
not that bad,
meat, of course, we'll have an issue with that. But I'm saying like beef and broccoli is not that bad for you. If you make it at home.
To the question, do you work out?
You get some fatty shit.
Dude, well, the reason, I work out. But the reason it's like a weak is probably because I don't want it to sound like I'm like constantly in there like pumping fucking iron all the time or something, because I'm not. But like I pop in there and I do my daily fucking shit, but it's like 15-20 minutes. I'm not fucking killing myself in that fucking thing.
You gotta fucking kill yourself, TJ. I want you out there fucking killing yourself every fucking day.
I realized I was getting fucking fat as fuck again.
What?
I was like, why is it getting so hard to tie my shoes all of a sudden?
Yeah, I can imagine you bend. Oh God.
What the hell's going on? It used to be easy. Now it's hard. I'm like, all right. My fucking gigantic belly is in the way.
Dude, fucking Stevie, he got fat again too. Not as bad as he was before, but he definitely like relapsed.
Oh yeah.
Well, dude, his shit was crazy though. Like he was like 360 pounds.
You got to make veggies taste good. Use creativity. Dude, there's no creativity that makes fucking. here's how vegetables taste good. When they're incorporated in a dish that's full of like fats and salts and meat and so on.
Just watch Cooking with TJ. If you want to understand TJ's mentality when it comes to food, it's like TJ's chicken and dumpling recipe. Like I watched that the other day and I'm like, okay, let's see TJ's shit. And I watch it and TJ's like butter. Oh my god. Then he's making like the dumpling. It's like, now you're gonna need to add some shortening. And like I just see it take these 3 massive scoops of shortening. And I'm like, and then TJ's like throughout the video, like, and more butter. God, make sure this look, if you're not gonna drench this fucking shit in butter, don't even fucking bother, bitch.
It's true.
I mean, he pretty much says like, obviously I'm adding my Scotty flair to it, but like that's the gist of the video is TJ. It's like shortening butter. Chicken's all right or whatever, but it's just I need like TJ created a conveyance of fatness to his mouth that was like, yeah, there's some chicken or something, and you're sucking it up, be like, it's kind of healthy, I guess. But TJ's a flavorful person, like with his food. Like he wants the most,
yeah, dude. I love
flavor possible. And
I want
don't deliver that to someone like.
I want explosive, intense flavor in every bite of something I eat because that's what's good. And that's why, like, if I want to get my calories under control, I have to start looking at it as like a weekly proposition, and then just have days where I fucking eat how I want, and have days where, I mean, other people, like someone suggested, like Stallone, I guess, has like 5 days of clean eating and then 2 days of just binging and eating what he wants. The problem is I fucking suck at clean eating. I can't fucking do it. But look, it's like Succession. Every time I tried to fucking quit smoking cigarettes by like, I'm going to ease myself down slowly and gradually over time.
Yeah.
I was not able to quit smoking cigarettes until I said to myself, I just had to quit. Cold fucking turkey right here, right now, no more. And it's been 3 fucking years since I smoked a cigarette, basically. Coming up in June.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking crazy to me when you actually quit.
It's because
there's so many years that you just like, oh, I'll go down to 4, I'll go down to 3, I'll go down to 2.
Because when it comes to dealing with TJ, like even me as TJ dealing with TJ, you can't fucking bargain with that motherfucker. You cannot bargain with him.
Like the Terminator.
Right. No, but it's just that, like, if you give him an inch, he will take a fucking mile. I just know you can't fucking do it. I know that son of a bitch. And he will fucking, he'll sweet talk you any goddamn thing. So you can't fucking do it.
That's weird, TJ. So you're doing some like third person, like the thing about TJ is you can't trust TJ.
Yeah, exactly. No, because he's a prick and he'll lie to you. I had a sex dream about Scotty last night. Honestly, it's weird to look at his face right now.
I don't know why you'd have a sex dream about me. I don't know.
Where was he, the top or the bottom?
I mean, obviously, if it was me, I was the top, dude. Come on.
I don't know, Scotty. It was a dream.
I mean, yeah, that's about the only place that would happen. That's right.
TJ Terrace can't negotiate, right? But the thing is, I'm just like a person that's all or nothing. So to me, something that's like on switch, eat what I want, off switch, can't eat it all. That makes more sense to me than trying to like do any sort of moderation. That's just how it is.
All or nothing.
We'll see. Maybe this will fail too, because everything else I've fucking tried in my life has failed up until now. But so that's my new plan.
I was 350 pounds before I started doing boxing training, before I foolishly joined the army. Yeah, that was a mistake. Back when I was 14, I dropped 150 pounds doing boxing training, own protein drink, and oat milk. I like oat milk. There's no way TJ's going to do that kind of shit. I mean, like, there is fucking no way. TJ, like TJ's method, I think, is like just trying to incorporate as much of him into his diet as possible.
Right.
I've seen you do everything, dude. I've seen you have like, TJ had a notebook before where they counted everything. He counted all his calories, did apps. I mean, he's done every guy.
Yeah, and the thing about the calorie counting is like I can do it for a while, but eventually that shit just collapses. Like it's just it never fucking works out. Because I get sick of counting the fucking things.
You got, dude, where you live, TJ, as well, there's a lot of great nature shit. I mean, you can say that on most parts of the country, I feel. But like you got to take advantage of shit like that, like hiking and trails and other shit like that, where you don't have to be around a bunch of people necessarily.
Yeah, for sure.
You can totally be out in nature. It's good for your mental health as well. You can kind of walk around and see some shit. Like, look, there's some giant fucking boulder or some shit.
I mean, they got 1,000,001 trails around this son of a bitch.
Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, so like That'll help you with like weight loss.
Well, you
too,
know what
if
you
you
know what
wanna
else I got to help me with cardio, and also with just like the seething rage that burns within my soul every minute of every day.
punching bag.
Yeah, I got a fucking punching bag.
That
It
shit'll
hadn't.
that'll wear you
Has.
out.
It hasn't actually got here yet, but it's coming soon. It's one of those
That'll be
standing
good.
ones. I'm gonna load it with some sand and shit, and I'm just gonna punch the fucking shit out of it.
That's
We'll
always
see.
good. Get your aggression out, TJ.
How sustainable do you think this approach will be, TJ? Do you have any experience with fasting? I have tried fasting before, and I fucking found it to be something that worked for me, but Chelsea fucking hated it. And so I kind of quit because it wasn't working for her. And I was like, and we were trying to do it together. So I was like, let's try something else. But you know, this time I'm thinking I'm gonna try it going alone and see how I do. Because I feel like I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's my last hope or something, but it's my last hope. Because I don't fucking done tried everything else. All right. So
You
we'll
know,
see.
you just gotta keep trying. That's the main thing. Like, honestly, all systems break down eventually, but you gotta find one that works for you. It sounds like a pretty pragmatic approach.
I
To
don't
be
know. My
honest with
system,
you.
I feel like I don't want my system to break down when I'm fucking I don't want to fucking die when I'm 60 like dad.
Well, yeah, that's
So,
definitely a motivating factor, and it's like
you know, I'd like to see 70 at least. Be nice if I
you
can make it
also
to
ate
like 70, 75, something like that.
you also ate horrible in like a shoot any sort of healthcare. Like I remember coming to me and being like, Scotty, I can't get this dental procedure because my blood pressure's through the roof. I'm like, can you go to a cardiologist? Like, no. It's like, well, what? You're like 60 years old.
Yeah,
Or
that's
fuck
one
if
thing.
I know.
That's one thing. You know, Chelsea has that same fear of doctors, and I'm just like, fuck you, go to the doctor, because
Oh,
that
me
fear of
too.
doctor shit will kill you dead. I understand that fucking going through the American healthcare system is a fucking nightmare, but it's better than being dead. So yeah, I mean, if I have a problem of any kind, I pretty much go to a doctor about it, and if that doctor doesn't help me, I find another one.
That's how you gotta be, to be honest with you. I mean, if you're not like that, you're risking a lot of shit. Because like
Because I mean, like even if the doctor sucks, they can run tests that are going to tell you things about yourself.
yeah,
You
exactly.
know, so you can at least know, like, you know, I mean, obviously, shit can slip through the cracks. You could get something that's not checked for.
Well, you have to figure out if it's like, because a lot of shit's mental and a lot of shit is actually is, physical. It's like, oh shit, I have high blood pressure, cholesterol, or some levels through the fucking roof or something. Like that is a warning sign that something's seriously wrong with
TJ
you.
always said he expected that. I mean, like, if I don't change trajectory, it probably will be. Like, if I don't change course, yeah, that's probably about as fucking long as I can expect.
Or his quality of life is not going to be what he wants it to be.
Right. So I want to learn from my dad's mistakes, and I want to one
You
go to the doctor
way more than he did, and you actually quit smoking before he did.
Right.
So
you know, so I mean, I quit smoking. That was a cool thing, and I started getting in shape, and it sucks so bad because I started getting in shape, I lost weight, I started exercising more, I started fucking getting treated for my ADHD, and I was in a really good place mentally. And like over the course of the last like 6 months or so, it all just fucking crumbled, crumbled down. Like I stopped getting fucking treatment for ADHD because I moved and I haven't. My old doctor, I was just like, I have ADHD, give me Adderall, and he's like, here you go. But now I can't. I've not been lucky enough to find that doctor again. So now it's like I got to jump through a bunch of fucking stupid hoops and shit.
I mean, like, look, it does suck when you move, and it definitely does throw your life out of whack. But you have to find the motivation to fix those problems. But obviously, when you have
100%.
ADHD, it's one of those things where like it's an obstacle to solving that problem because your focus on solving the problem is it's not a. I mean, ADHD is one of those things where it's like unless you're super interested in something, it's like it's whatever.
Right. And then my fucking I stopped working out. I stopped fucking eating right at all, and everything just fucking gained all my weight back. Fucking started getting mentally fucking cloudy and foggy and distracted again. So just a bunch of bullshit.
Hey, well, you got to get your shit back in line. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, because I was way fucking happier when I when I wasn't fat and slow and miserable.
Well,
So.
I'll tell you the major thing is just getting that medicine. If you have ADHD, it's like if Taylor doesn't take her medicine, I can 100% tell. I have ADHD, but it presents in a different way. Like I'm usually like fairly on top of things I need to do, but then it's like I'll have shit where it's like I just lack any sort of like concentration or focus on it. Like, so like I know what I'll have to do, but like I'm just won't ever be able to do it because I always find something else to interest me or take the place of the thing I'm supposed to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm like someone, I have a million things going on, like an open where it's like, so it's not a lack of me doing something, but it's like I'm trying to do too many things. So it's like I basically there's always this game of juggling shit, with that. So it's like, oh, okay, fuck. But I mean, other people have the opposite problem where it's like they just become hyper focused on something. Like, oh my god, I'm like, I see it with you a lot of times. Like, oh shit, I'm into these like fucking schlocky horror movies, and that's all you want to do.
Yeah.
They call you up like, TJ, what are you doing? It's like if TJ even answers like, oh, I gotta watch the movie. I gotta go. I don't have time for this shit. I'm time for nothing. Guy, bye, die, bye.
Speaking of movies, I guess we probably watched some, right? I know I did.
You watched the movie? I didn't watch any. No. You want to go ahead and share your screen, dude?
Yeah, I can share it. Talk about some of the stuff I watched. I guess we could start with this.
Hey.
Dun, 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 dun,
The former heavyweight champion Rocky Balboa serves as a trainer, late friend and former rival.
So yeah, I watched the entire Creed trilogy recently.
So does the first Creed hold up to you? I mean, I watched it when it came out. It's been a while, so my memory.
I watched it when it came out, and I watched it again recently.
Oh, it's on Prime, so I guess I can watch it if I want.
I would say honestly, I kind of liked it better the second time I watched it.
Okay, wow.
It really held up pretty well. Definitely a good movie. I mean, it's cool. I mean, there was a lot of moments that I thought were pretty powerful. I think that it has one of the best sequences leading into a title screen that I've ever seen. It's just, you see Adonis Creed, the illegitimate son of Apollo Creed, in one of these like juvie centers or whatever, and Apollo's wife, who I guess maybe just learned about his existence or whatever, finds him in there, and asks if he'd like to come live with her. And he asks he's asking about his father, and he asks like, what was his name? And then boom, the title screen just says Creed, and it's like very powerful. And it's like you really feel like the weight of like, it's like one of those "you're a wizard, Harry" moments, because it's like, or the Queen's Gambit. It's like a pretty powerful narrative thing that you see in a lot of properties where it's like someone who is like in this really lowly place, and then they all of a sudden find out like you actually have this great destiny, this amazing talent, or this drive to accomplish something. And so it was kind of like in that moment of the title screen, you could really feel like the weight of his destiny, not just his but also like the shadow that he's in.
Having to live up to like your dad was a super famous accomplished boxer that was killed tragically too,
right? And and the movie, and Rocky is great in the movie. Honestly, Rocky is better here as a supporting character than he was in the Rocky Balboa film, which I also watched recently. And I've always liked Sylvester Stallone a lot. He's like a likable guy, especially when he's playing Rocky, who is just sort of like a very stupid but very like good-hearted person.
I mean, I think it's a natural role for him because it's a lot like Stallone as a person. I don't think there's much. It's like I think a lot of times Stallone does play himself, but there's times he doesn't. I mean, he's capable. That's the thing. Always like I disagree with people on Stallone and Schwarzenegger.
I think he's a pretty reasonably intelligent dude in real life.
Oh yeah, he is.
So I think he dumbs himself down a lot to play Rocky, but he never portrays Rocky's like low IQ in a way that's like insulting or hateful.
No,
like the same, like the way that like a lot of characters who are dumb are played as like sort of contemptuously dumb, like Homer Simpson or Peter Griffin or something.
Well, they're over the top. I mean, like, it's obvious they're meant to be like comically stupid. Whereas, Rocky or Stallone, when his portrayal of him is more like,
goddamn, Stallone looks bad, dude.
Street smarts.
I want to look. I want to look as bad as Stallone when I'm fucking 76 years old, dude. I mean, like, come
I mean,
on.
still had plastic surgery and shit, but I mean, the guy's still
Sure.
in great shape and is still able to act and move around, do quite a bit of shit.
I mean,
for his
like,
age.
I mean, like, watching that dude in like Tulsa King, you would buy that dude in his 50s, and he's fucking mid 70s. He's pushing 80, and he's still like muscular and like I don't know what sort of like agility he has at this point.
I
But
mean, I don't think it's what he used to be, but I mean, he definitely does performance enhancing drugs and shit, or he did in the past. I mean, like for sure, but the guy still is super active. And you have to be active to still be in the shape he's in. And that's honestly pretty
I don't
surprising.
know. I think he looks really fucking good for his age. I think the plastic surgery, especially around the eyebrow area, is kind of
Yeah, the face
distracting.
stuff is what I think he gets a lot of the, like
I think he probably should have just let himself age. But other than that, I mean, I think he's a pretty I mean, he looks fucking great for his fucking age. Um, steroids, but still impressive. I mean, if he's a fucking steroid, I mean, then it's impressive that he made it to 76 on steroids. Then I watched Creed 2 because I was like, I enjoyed watching Creed 1, so I'm gonna watch Creed 2. And Creed 2, I love Rocky 4. I love Ivan Drago. I love the over-the-top cheesiness of Rocky 4. So the fact that Creed 2 kind of carries the baton from Rocky 4 and picks back up with a lot of the story elements from Rocky 4, I thought that was going to be something that was like really going to propel this to the next level for me. But this one is not as good as Creed 1.
I never saw Creed 2. I was like, I just wasn't interested in those films at that time. It was like I remember like it being advertised heavily, but I was kind of just like, whatever. Not super interested in it.
Yeah, and I'm, I mean, you have Ivan Drago returning. You have him with his son. There's even a bit of a redemption arc for Ivan Drago, of all people. A character that
Really?
basically in the first film he's in Rocky 4, he's basically nothing but a fucking monster. There's almost no real personality to him.
Until the end of the movie, really. Like he's obviously going to lose.
Then he has a little bit of a breakdown where he fucking tells you his real feelings for a second. But, for the most part, he's just a big fucking monster.
Didn't they actually do that? Like, I think I've seen the clip of this. Isn't it like a hospital scene or something with him? Like he's dying or some shit?
No.
Okay, that's not it.
No, that was actually originally the plan was for Ivan Drago to be in Rocky Balboa. Rocky
okay. Okay.
And he was the idea was he was gonna be dying of AIDS. Which
I always wanted that to happen, dude. I don't know why that plot line appealed to me so fucking much. I'm like, please let this happen. So okay,
but
so
no,
that's like a deleted scene from Rocky Balboa.
Yeah, something like that. But that's not
newer. So like I've seen that scene. Like I'm like, or is this like some?
So now
Mandela
basically,
effect,
like he's living in Ukraine because he's been outed from Russia, right? He's
not very safe there either.
They don't like him in Ukraine. They don't like him in Russia because he's a loser, basically. But he's basically trained this son to, carry on his grudge into the new era of sports, right?
Of course, yeah.
So he's got this son that's like this invincible fucking beast, just like him.
Okay, so it's basically it's a rematch of Rocky 4,
right? So it's basically like and it kind of the stakes kind of sell themselves, like his dad killed your dad, and now you two are gonna fight, and Rocky is there, and all this stuff, and him and Drago still have all this bad blood and stuff. And at the, spoiler alert, at the end of the movie, it's actually probably the best scene in the movie, at least as far as I was concerned, is they do a lot of in the movie to address the fact that Rocky did not throw in the towel in the match between Apollo Creed and Ivan Drago, where Apollo dies.
And it's like, throw in the towel, and they have the slow-mo, like Rocky looks at the towel,
and like,
what should I do?
And he's like, because Apollo's basically told him, don't stop the fight. But it's obvious that he should stop the fight, but he doesn't. And Apollo dies. And Rocky was apparently, heavily criticized for not throwing in the fucking towel. And so in this movie, basically, Adonis Creed is beating Drago's son so badly, but he has such heart and determination to, redeem his family name that he won't stay down. And eventually his father, Ivan, throws in the towel for him, because he realizes that his son is more important than vengeance or getting back his social status or whatever. And it was kind of nice. Yeah, it was kind of a beautiful moment because it's like, even if a monster like Ivan Drago can realize what's really important, maybe we all can, you know? So
that's a pretty cool arc for him to have, though.
Right.
Honestly, that's not exactly what you would expect.
And it was done in a very subtle. I mean, nothing in these films is subtle, but as far as Rocky logic goes, pretty subtly done. But overall, this movie kind of is boring. I don't know. It just never really. It seems like a few times like it's going to really get going. It never does. It's fine. It's a solid film.
So what you're telling me is go watch the last fight of this movie, and then I'm good.
You could probably watch the whole movie. I mean, the whole movie's solid. But it's just like after you watch the first Creed, you're kind of like, whoa, yeah, really good. And then you watch this one, it's like, maybe like 20% less good.
I mean, do you agree with the rating on IMDb here, 7.1? Would you rate it similar?
I'd probably give it a 7. I'd probably give Creed an 8 and this one a 7.
Well, I mean, that's not that much of a jump down. Why are you so much more critical of this one?
It's just it never seems like it really establishes the emotional stakes as strongly as it needs to. It's almost like it's trying to avoid being as silly as Rocky 4, and in doing so, it maybe takes itself a little too seriously.
Okay, I see.
And I don't feel like Drago's son is built up as well as Ivan Drago was in Rocky 4.
Oh man, they built him up just perfectly in that movie.
And I feel like they don't really do it. They don't really deal as much with the fact that like his dad killed your dad. Like there's a few scenes that address it, but it's kind of like almost. I don't know. I feel like it should have been
the main theme of that fight. If these two people met in the ring as professional fighters, like if I was going to sell the story, like when you go into the intro, it's like Adonis Creed, the son of Apollo Creed, who his father famously died in the ring with his competitor's father, Ivan Drago.
It was mentioned. It just wasn't centered as much as I think it needed to be to really give the fight the weight.
Story, though. No one else would. I mean, like, dude, if you're watching that fight, can you imagine like me watching a fight like that? Like, oh yeah, by the way, TJ, like some weird aside. You see that those two dudes fighting? Yeah. You see that dude, Adonis? Yeah, his dad was killed by the other dude's dad, and they were like boxers and shit.
Yeah, exactly. It seems downplayed that Drago's dad killed Creed's dad. It really does. And I think that that's a big weakness.
That's a weird decision.
You know, there's some great stuff in here, though. There's like the training montage, because like, even though it's based on Rocky, I mean, even though it's a continuation of Rocky 4, it kind of borrows plot elements from Rocky 3. Remember how in Rocky 3, Rocky gets his ass kicked by Clubber Lang, and then he has to have a rematch where he kicks Clubber Lang's ass?
Of course.
That happens here, too. So Creed fights Drago. Drago beats the fucking shit out of him and makes him like look like a rag doll. But he's such a fucking piece of shit that he can't help but throw him a punch while he's already down on his knees and gets disqualified. But basically, the whole world saw that the quote-unquote champion is a little bitch ragdoll for Drago.
Yeah, so like look, he might still technically be the champion because he was
disqualified. But no one fucking respects his championship anymore because they saw that Drago fucking manhandled him. So now he has to train, and Rocky refused to train him because Rocky's like, I don't want nothing to do with this Drago shit. But then Rocky comes back to train him, and then he learns how to fight a guy like Drago, and they actually are really clever about how they show how he learns to fight someone like Drago.
Okay.
And there's some really cool training sequences, like there always is in these movies. And then, he comes back and he has that fight. It's not bad. It's a pretty good movie. It's just not quite as good as the other one.
Did you see the third movie?
Now, I went and saw the third movie in theater, which is the whole reason.
This is like the Dark Mirror one, right? Like, I could have been you.
Right. This is a very interesting fucking movie in this franchise, to be honest with you. Because, first of all, it's the first movie in the Rocky series that does not have Rocky in it.
Right.
So it's like, can this movie be carried without Stallone's presence to sort of, center it in that universe, I guess. But honestly, he's not needed. It'd been nice if he was there. I don't think it would have hurt the movie.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he would have added something. But yeah,
his absence doesn't kill the fucking thing. This is a fucking strange story in that the villain is the underdog. You almost see him as like an evil Rocky, because he's this guy that's old, like he's too old to really be in his prime championship fighter. He's been in jail for 18 fucking years, but he has ferocity and he has determination and he has a willingness to do whatever it takes. So there's basically the plot of this. I don't know if I want to give too much plot away from this because this is a newer movie.
This is brand new.
So I don't know. I don't necessarily want to spoil it for people, but I just the final fight in this movie, they tried something new that I've never seen in a boxing movie before. They almost kind of went art house with it for a minute, and it works in a big way. It's one of the coolest fucking boxing fight sequences I've ever seen in a movie, because it almost kind of like brings elements of the emotional battle that's existing between these two people and the stakes into the fight. The whole, I don't even want to describe it because it's actually really fucking special.
But it's actually not. But it's not like cheesy, because I mean I feel like that's been done.
It's
but like an anime-esque style where it's like feel my energy or something.
No, I mean this. I don't even want to describe it too much because I want it to be something that's surprising to people if they decide to watch it for the first time. But as far as I'm concerned, this is my favorite of the Creed movies. It's just because it does. Creed 1 is basically a retelling of Rocky.
Right.
1. Creed 2 is basically a retelling of Rocky 3 with elements from Rocky 4. Creed 3 is the first time that I feel like they've done something actually pretty original with the story. And they kind of present his friend as like a bad Rocky, but he's also very sympathetic. And, you know, and instead of it being
for a good villain, I mean, a good villain has to be relatable. They can't just be like totally out of touch with reality in all aspects. Like,
another thing that's kind of interesting is that it portrays these guys in their final battle as being very evenly matched. So it's not like one is this ultimate powerhouse that has to be overcome. They're both incredible fighters fighting at their peak of their fucking skills. And they're basically evenly matched. And it's gonna just boil down to who's just this much better. And I don't want to reveal the ending, and I don't want to reveal anything else, but I just gotta say, this movie really impressed the fucking shit out of me.
It's basically the battle of wills between these two guys, more than anything. It's just who wants this more, because everything else is considered as really equal. It's just ultimately who has the better strategy.
I would also say to people, you know, even if you're not someone who goes to the movie theater a lot, this might be a movie that you want to consider going to that theater for, just for that amazing final battle and the direction they take it. It does something that no other Rocky movie has ever done, that no other boxing movie has ever done. It's one of the most fascinating fucking sequences that I've seen in cinema in, I don't know, probably like a few years now. So,
well, that definitely
high praise for this one.
That's a fucking glowing endorsement. I've ever heard one for a movie.
I would give this one like I want to say just shy of a 9, but a little bit of, I would say like an 8.5 for this film. And a 10 for that final battle. Speed Racer sucked.
Yeah, terrible fucking film.
I fucking hate that movie.
Not really much redeemable about that.
Michael B. Jordan was inspired by anime like Hajime no Ippo and Megalobox. I know that dude is a big anime nut, which is crazy because he is I don't know, I just don't think of a shredded black dude as being like anime guy, but he apparently is.
Okay. Fucking racist,
I guess. I mean, I wasn't necessarily, it's not to say racist, but yeah, maybe it is. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I mean, he likes anime. Not that strange. I mean, people of all shapes, sizes, colors, creeds, TJ, they all love.
Yeah. I've also been watching the John Wick movies lately in preparation for John Wick 4 coming out.
TJ. Yeah, I actually learned about this movie originally, the first John Wick movie, because Manson had such a big song on the sound.
That Killing Strangers is in this. It's in the movie twice. It's in the movie once with Manson, right? And it's in the movie once again, just as an instrumental. Well, I think they actually do kick it in. They kick in the vocals again when he starts singing the chorus, but they play one version where he sings the verse and then the chorus, and then they do another version where it's just the music and then it leads into the chorus, I believe.
Oh, definitely. I'm definitely interested in seeing John Wick 4. 100%.
You'd be surprised how many shredded black dudes love anime. Look at YouTuber Jax Blade. I mean, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that, I guess.
Yeah, educate yourself, TJ.
I guess I have. I mean,
garbage.
someone else has.
But
I haven't seen those. Started to watch the first. The dog died. Shut it off. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty fucking. But like, that dog gets the fucking shit avenged out of it. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean, look, I hate that too.
I mean, no one likes to see that scene, but like the fucking how much you hate that scene makes the rest of what happens in the movie very cathartic, you know?
Yeah, dude, when John Wick avenges his pup, I mean, it just goes beyond vengeance, dude. Like, it's the kind of shit that you wish if someone fucked you over, you could do to them. Let's just put it that way.
So, these movies, the thing is, I've watched the whole trilogy. There is a plot, but I almost don't really even give a fuck about it because it doesn't really matter. These movies are just about world building and gunplay and big action, chase scene, fight scene, gun battle.
I mean,
honestly, when
there's a million
when people are talking to each other and shit, I'm kind of just like, yeah. The world of John Wick is a pretty cool world, even though the more you think about it, the less sense it fucking makes, and it makes less sense with each movie.
It's like, dude, it's like comic book-esque, And I'll tell you what. I mean, look, the honest truth about these movies, the reason why people love them so much, is there's so many shitty action movies made today. Like Keanu Reeves, even though he's not like the prototypical action star, really just plays it super well, and it's because he's a super prepared actor. If you go watch the making of these things, like this guy takes horseback riding, he's gun trained, his gun handling. I mean, this dude just does fucking everything.
Yeah, I mean, and it's crazy because honestly, in a lot of ways, he is a fucking horrible actor. Like, I'm sorry, but he's
not physically. Keanu is a great physical actor.
That's the thing. Is like what he can do in terms of what he is willing to commit to being able to do the role. Like, he will learn the martial art. He will learn. I mean, like, he does a lot of the stunts in these movies, the driving stunts, the martial arts stunts, the gun stunts.
There's stunts I do on horseback. I mean, he does fucking everything in these movies.
And I mean, like, he's willing to fucking put himself through the ringer to make these movies look great. So in that regard, you have to respect him as a fucking actor. In some other regards, like being able to commit emotionally to a scene and stuff like that, not so much.
That's never been his specialty,
right? But honestly, for a movie like John Wick, you don't really need it. So to me, this is almost like the perfect vehicle for Keanu Reeves. I mean, honestly, the perfect vehicle was The Matrix, but they fucked that up.
Ugh.
So, but these movies, man, can you imagine if the Matrix movies had stayed as good as fucking Matrix 1? I mean, it'd be the most amazing film series of all time.
Universe or timeline, this multiverse that I'm in
right
now.
I mean, the original John Wick is a fairly low budget movie. Obviously, these are not low budget anymore. Now there's tons of money being spent on these things. But they're all great, honestly. They're great action movies. You don't have to, you can turn your brain off and just enjoy it. The plot really doesn't matter all that much.
If we're talking like the last 10 years, I don't know if there's really, I mean, I'm not sure if there's really too many other actions that would even stack up in the conversation. I mean, the action genre now is a lot of it's really low budget shit. I mean, that's kind of where it's gone. So, yeah.
And these John Wick movies,
they're a breath of fresh air. Let's put it that way.
Right. Because this is like, they're doing it old school, but with enough new tricks to keep you interested. And I don't know, these movies they're fun to fucking watch. These are just great fucking popcorn flicks.
Great visual films too. Like I was talking to this, like, I can probably just even pull up. We don't obviously show a bunch of it or anything, so I don't want to get us fucking flagged.
Show whatever you want. Fuck YouTube. Fuck their censorship.
Yeah, YouTube is garbage. Let's see here. I gotta go find it. I know it's in John Wick 3. They have some great, just visual art, even the fucking background. Yeah, I can. Yeah, here it is. If I can, right moment, I can show you. Okay, yeah. All right, move it over here.
I think is Keanu Reeves American, or is he Canadian or something like that?
He's Canadian, I think.
Yeah, this entire fight sequence was fucking great. This is a great battle.
I think it was so clever how they had these like interactive LED backgrounds they used, and it's very reminiscent of that Japanese art style. I don't know what it's called, but like it's really, I just like how it was used.
This guy that he's fighting, by the way, had like 5 or 6 chances to kill him in this fight, but just didn't. So this guy's a dumbass. This dude could have beat John Wick, but instead he just wanted to show off.
Well, there was kind of like, that honor culture shit going on too. Like he wanted to, like,
so apparently Keanu Reeves
wanted to be without a shadow of a doubt.
Keanu Reeves was born in Beirut, but raised in Toronto.
Oh, I see.
So there you go. Yeah, that is the Iron Chef guy. But he's a pretty good martial artist, I guess. At least in this movie. I mean, no, he does some impressive shit. But yeah, that movie's that's a fun fucking movie. I mean, they're all fun movies. They're not. I mean, like they stay pretty consistently good throughout. There's really not. I mean, like honestly, when it gets a little bit too talky, I kind of fucking get bored because the dialogue is not great and the characters are kind of half baked. But it really doesn't matter all that much. It's not what it's about.
It's an action movie, like
right. Like those kind of scenes are just meant to. It? Yeah, those scenes are just meant to be a breath of like, all right, let's calm down a minute before the next pulse-pounding action sequence happens.
They wanted to establish the next location. They want to advance the main storyline a little bit. Like, okay, what's going on? Now that I kicked the shit out of these guys, who else need to kick the shit out of now?
I saw Cocaine Bear, Scream 6, 65, Creed 3, Inside, Demon Slayer, Jesus Revolution, Avatar 2, and John Wick 4. Most effective emotionally was Inside. I don't even know what that is, but
yeah, I have not seen Inside. So
it's weird because I don't really give a shit about the Scream movies beyond Scream 1, but Scream 6 is kind of interesting to me. But I think I'll probably wait until video on demand for it. I don't see myself going to the theater for it.
Yeah, me either. I don't really anticipate that happening.
But I am going to go see John Wick 4 in the theater, in a couple days. Probably Saturday. I saw Scream 6. It was horrible. All right. Well, maybe I won't see it then.
Oh, man, that sucks. I'll watch it at home, too. That's how I feel about the Scream movies. Like, I don't really need to go to a theater to see that.
I've heard good things about Puss in Boots, too, but I'm going to wait until it's cheap or free.
Watch it, DJ.
I've heard really good things.
It's a good movie. I think you'll enjoy it.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yes.
So I probably should have paired this with the Rocky stuff, with the Creed stuff rather. But I did also revisit Rocky 4 and Rocky Balboa. Rocky 4, I feel like I've talked about this movie so many times. I really don't need to talk about it
we have.
too much again.
Movie probably
this is just
times.
It's got a 6.8 as far as I'm concerned. I'd give it an 8 or 9 easily. This is a super entertaining movie. It's fun as hell.
I agree.
Baby. I mean, look, it's dumb. It's dumb and it has a lot of stupid elements, but honestly, that's kind of the charm of it. It's just a big, dumb galoot of a movie, but it is the ultimate turn your brain off and just fucking enjoy the ride kind of film.
Is there any other movie where you can see like a montage? They like talk for a second, then it's like montage again. It's Rocky 4, dude. It's just an amazing film. Like, if you love 80s action, I mean, not the action, but if you love 80s like movies, perfect.
As for Paddington 2, do I have to watch Paddington 1 to understand Paddington 2?
You should.
See, the thing about me is like, I don't give a fuck about that little Paddington faggot, so I don't know. Maybe I will.
Dude,
I don't know.
You're gonna tap out. TJ, I'll tell you what's gonna happen. You're gonna go into because I'll tell you what. I told you the same shit.
Okay.
I was like, we saw The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Me and Taylor did, and it's like you're like Paddington 2, and I'm like, and Taylor's like, we gotta watch Paddington. I'm like, I'll watch fucking Paddington. It's just gonna fucking blow. By the end of you're like, oh my god, Paddington, Paddington. Dude, Paddington emotionally invests you in his journey Probably better than almost any other character you can imagine. And it's just insane to say. And then you're like, after you watch the first one, you're like, well, they can't get me again. Then the end of Paddington 2, you're like, oh my God, please, Paddington. Oh, Paddington, please. Get the book, Paddington. Oh my God. And then it has Paddington has the most happy ending and just knows perfectly when to end. It doesn't it doesn't drag on. There's no bullshit. Dude, I'm fucking telling you, gotta fucking see the Paddington movies, CJ.
Why did they take the F slur away from us? It really is comedy gold. I just used it, but I mean, I probably shouldn't have, but like that one seemed like a worthwhile place to drop it. Rocky Balboa. I like this movie, but man, it is like a cheese fest, and not in a necessarily fun way.
It thankfully retcons Rocky 5 though, so
yeah, I mean, this is way the fuck better than Rocky 5. But like, as far as this series goes, this one, like, it's always kind of had some schmaltz, but man, they laid it on a little too thick with this fucker. There's just so many scenes. I mean, Rocky gives about 1 million fucking speeches in this movie, and every fucking scene has got this like jangly ass sad music playing over it that's so over the top and soap opera esque that you're just like, can we fucking settle down with this? And there's just not much focus put on the fight. It's more just like Rocky doing his day-to-day life bullshit, and then there's a fight towards the end where he's like, yeah, I got but it's fun.
Is this one that's like they have a computer simulation where it's like Rocky would beat him or something, and it's like, what if
this movie does a lot to
it's a super interesting movie. It's really not.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty decent.
Decent, yes. I mean, something you're gonna like clamor to go back. Like I saw it in 2006, and that's the last time I've seen it. So
it's worth a watch. If you like the Rocky movies, which I do, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't know what my order would be. I always say like the first Rocky is fucking amazing. Rocky 2, a little bit of a rehash, but still pretty good. Rocky 3, a little bit cheesy, but still pretty good. Rocky 4, so cheesy that it's good in like a different way. Rocky 5, absolute garbage heap of a fucking piece of shit movie. Rocky 6, this one, pretty good. Kind of pulls it back. Creed, great movie. Creed 2, not as good, but still pretty watchable. And then Creed 3, another great movie. I mean, honestly, I was thinking about this. The Rocky and Creed movies might be the most consistently good franchise of all fucking time. Because there's 6, 7, 8, 9 movies in the series, and only one of them is a fucking stinker. And that's pretty goddamn impressive.
What about oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Dude.
Because I mean, look, there's a lot of fucking movies. A lot of movie series have 9 entries or whatever the fuck, or anywhere around that. There's like a good solid chunk of them suck. And with these fucking Rocky movies, really only one of them is a fucking stinker.
Yeah, 5 is the only one.
The rest range from pretty watchable to really fucking great. Well, then Stallone will do a dumb franchise like The Expendables. I've never seen one of those movies, so I don't know. Scotty's watched them.
I like the first 2. The third Expendables is just like going PG-13 with an action franchise just doesn't work, in my opinion.
I don't even feel like saying queer as an insult because it feels bad, like an actual slur. Saying FAG is like saying bro, especially for someone like me who's like grown up in the 90s. So, because we just call each other that shit, you know.
Trying to blame the 90s now, huh?
Fucking 90s brainwashed me.
I don't give a shit personally.
And the only other the other thing I've watched recently, other than the stuff Scotty has, is I've been watching the 3rd season of Picard.
I'm still on season 2 of Picard.
I ended up just skipping season 2.
What did you think of season 1? First off, I guess if we're going.
I mean, a lot of people said they did not like season 1, but I liked
it. I didn't think it was great or anything. I wasn't like blown away. But I was definitely happy to see what Picard had gotten up to.
I wasn't blown away, but I was pleased. And I felt like the storyline was okay. And there's a few things about it I didn't like. There was a few characters that rubbed me the wrong way. But for the most part, I enjoyed the fucking thing. And then I didn't see Picard season 2, not because I wasn't interested in it, but just because I was watching other shit. But the fact that they brought back so much of the original cast for season 3 just enticed me to the point where I was like, I gotta fucking watch this.
I mean, they did for season 2 as well. Like season 2, they basically it's like they encounter the Borg, like they get the mysterious message. They show up and it's like, oh shit, it's the Borg. It's the Borg Queen. Oh my god, we're going back in time.
But like even a lot of the chuds that hate Picard or have hated it had to admit that some of the most recent episodes of this new one have been really good.
I'm looking forward to seeing season 3.
I'm gonna tell you this: like episodes, I think 4 and 5 of season 3 of Picard is some of the best fucking Star Trek I've ever seen, like bar none.
Wow.
And you know, I never would have expected that out of this show, because I never really fucking expected Picard to be a fucking masterpiece. I expected it to be like, let's cash in and have a little last hurrah for Captain Picard. It's like, okay, cool. But like some of the stuff they've done in this 3rd season, and obviously they could still fuck it up, but some of the stuff they've done in this 3rd season has been really fucking impressive. So if they go out,
I'm just grateful that they managed to do something with Star Trek. Because it feels like, I mean, they did those movies, but those kind of been development hell. All these other actors associated with this property have wanted them to do a Star Trek. I mean, like they're pretty much like on record actively lobbying to like make more Star Trek shit so I can have a job. The only motherfucker get it done that was Patrick Stewart. He's the only one where it's like, all right, if you get Patrick Stewart, we'll fucking do it. And it's like they get old man Patrick Stewart. Oh, right, I'll do it,
dude. I mean,
I hope my friends jobs.
I'm really hoping that they will finally let Michael Dorn do his like Worf show now, because he's been great.
Fucking please, dude.
And honestly, like Patrick Stewart has done a fucking really good job, but I gotta say, Jonathan Frakes and Michael Dorn have been fucking stealing scenes this season. I mean, like they've been doing a great job.
But you know what? The reason that's something with fucking the nod back to Picard or to Patrick Stewart is the fact that I don't think any of these other people could have gotten the show made. They're not doing a Riker show. They're not doing a freaking Worf show.
I think that Captain Worf show could totally work.
I agree with you. Like I wanted to happen back like 10 years ago when they were talking about it, wherever the fuck it was. Now maybe with the success of this, Paramount will greenlight something like that because they really need to.
Michael Dorn, LMAO. Wait, that is his name, isn't it? This is his name last I checked.
I mean, he's on here.
Yeah.
Scroll down. Do you have that's not his name?
Are they just laughing because Dorn?
Oh, probably. I'm like, I mean, you're now like, is that actually?
Where is he? Did I pass him up, or is he just not like listed in this like top cast thing?
Oh shit, where's he at?
Where the fuck is he?
Where's Worf?
Where the fuck? All right, here we go.
Dude, old man Worf too, from what I saw in the promotional stuff.
Yeah, there he is. Michael Dorn, bitch.
Michael fucking Dorn.
Fuck you.
I don't think they were disputing it was that was his name. I think it was more just the Dorn reference.
Yeah, I guess it must be that. Stupid son of a bitch.
I mean, if I was Dorn, that'd be my favorite actor for sure. But what do you rate Picard season 3? I mean, you said obviously you said some of the episodes best television. Have you finished the season?
I mean, no. I mean, it's not over yet. So I mean, it can still go to shit.
Okay.
It can still go to shit. But you know, from what I've seen, like it's been pretty impressive so far.
So as far as like
7 of 9 can still get it, yes.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course.
Remember that time I fucked Jerry Ryan at that Star Trek convention, Scotty? That time?
In your wildest fucking dreams, dude. I fucked Jerry Ryan at that Star Trek convention. What are you talking about?
Nah, remember I walked up to the. She was signing. She was signing photos, and I was like, you know, about we, you know, slipped her my room number.
How about I beam you up to my room?
Yeah.
I can't even imagine the amount of sexual puns, Star Trek puns that woman has heard.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, Scotty. Show me what you got.
Show me what you got.
Show me what you got.
As an aside, just thinking about that, yes, Justin Roiland got his charges dismissed. And people are like, he's still a piece of shit. Look at all the fucking DMs of his that leaked. And I saw him. I was like, oh shit, Justin, what are you doing? What are you doing, messing all these underage girls, Justin?
As far as I'm concerned, these motherfuckers just moving the goalpost. Like, he's canceled for this. It's like, that's actually not true. Oh, well, he's canceled for this then. It's like, man, shut the fuck up. Adult Swim should just rehire him and ignore the fucking naysayers. That's what I believe.
Oh, so
I don't want no wrong sounding Rick and Morty. Get Justin Roiland's ass back in there.
Look, I don't care what he did. I don't care if he would look. If you have a photo of the Holocaust and you found out he traveled back in time and he literally fucking was gassing Jews in the gas chamber, Justin Roiland's gonna be my guy.
Justin Roiland back in
Well,
the
what's I heard
saddle.
too about him when that whole thing was that like a lot of people downplayed his contributions to the later seasons. Like, oh, these later seasons. I'm like, yeah, but the earlier seasons, however you feel about him as a person, like obviously he was instrumental in the show being created.
Yeah, not only
And you
that,
can argue now that he's not necessary for the show to continue. Obviously, Adult Swim is continuing the show, so
I think they should rehire him.
I don't think they're going to.
I think they should.
The entire cast and crew of the show hates Justin. Apparently, you have a source for that? Because I mean, obviously people can speculate, but
nobody likes that son of a bitch. Bullshit. Bring him back. Put him back on the show.
All right, that's all I got for you. I read about that Justin Roiland shit.
No, you don't. You got fucking shit.
Big Shark.
Big Shark. Is there a trailer?
Of course. From
Hell
Tommy
yeah.
Wiseau, the creator of The Room.
Dude, what I'm afraid of with this movie is that he's going to be too self-aware and he's going to be trying to make a bad movie and it's going to be just unwatchable. He's going to be like, I will make money off of how I make The Room. I hope this is like him sincerely trying to make a good movie because that is going to be better. But you know, I just don't think that Rome lightning is going to strike twice. You know what I mean?
I don't think so, but I mean, maybe. You know, I can't definitively say they Tom Wiseau can't make another hit movie. I mean, people have done it in the past, obviously, but I don't know,
dude.
I'll give him a chance.
The Room is just a singular. Like The Room is you could never intentionally create The Room. The Room could only be created by someone who was trying to make a legitimately good movie, but ended up making a movie that's so bad that it's kind of the best movie ever.
Failed so spectacularly and so fantastically.
Yeah, and it failed in such an amazing, interesting way that it actually it horseshoe theoried its way back around to just being awesome.
If you look at people that were associated with the making and production of that movie that have talked about it, which means virtually almost anyone that could cash in, it was very clear that Tommy was not self-aware with this and was not intentionally trying to make The Room what it is.
Right. I only wish that he'd had the money to do his vampire ending. But other than that,
I fucking wish, dude. Every time I see that movie, it's like, if he was able to do that, this would be ascended to one of the greatest films of all time.
Remaking The Room won't work. Not sure why Odenkirk is doing it. They're doing it for charity. And Bob Odenkirk says he's going to play the role as seriously as he can. Like he's going to try to actually play the role the way he would play it if he had got the job, rather than trying to just do a Tommy Wiseau impression. So we'll see. It might be at least fascinating.
I just don't. Here's the thing about that. I don't know how you can be serious in that role. Like doing that role seriously is going to be absurd.
Well, the writing is going to be the same. So that's why I don't know. It might be fascinating to see. I think it could be interesting. It's not going to be as good as watching The Room, but you know,
yeah.
Quit making fun of the way I say Room. Fuck you.
The Rum. Let's go see The Rum.
I don't say Rum. All right, shut up. I say Room.
All right, TJ, are you ready for Big Shark?
I don't know.
It's here.
Okay, boys.
Whoa. I think it's like. Is it like on double speed or something? Or is this the actual speed of the trailer?
See.
It's the wheel.
That's normal.
Okay. It felt like I was watching it sped up footage, but okay, cool.
What's your name? Jimmy. What's your name? Tony. I want a good clean fight. Ready? Yeah. Go.
You can run. Hide. That won't save you. All right.
No. No. It just looks like it looks like your typical sci-fi channel original movie.
Dude, it looks like the fucking shark from like Deep Blue Sea, but this is 2023. So it's like the equivalent of like the Sci-Fi Channel or some investors are like, Tommy was so yeah, we'll make a movie for you, right?
And it's very clear that he's trying to make a so bad it's good movie instead of actually trying to make a real movie.
What is this?
I don't know. Let's fucking see. There's more.
Love is blind.
Love is dangerous.
Love is blind.
Love is awesome.
So for some reason, Tommy Wiseau wants to sell you underwear with his name on it.
Okay. All right, listen. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. That underwear commercial was I'm way more into that than I am the shark thing. You know why? Because this is what he honestly cares about right now. When Tommy Wiseau is passionate about something, it's retarded, but it's hilarious. When he's trying to be like, oh yeah, make another so bad it's good movie. Cringe.
Yes, I'm going to his website to see how much his
I
underwear costs.
Buy me some.
Oh shit, dude. His site's down.
Oh, so much demand. It's fucking down. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna go to down. Is it just down for me? I'm gonna see.
I'm gonna go too.
$16.99 for. I'm looking at archive for a 3-pack. Oh, so he's just selling cheap shit, dude.
Does it say Tommy Wiseau on the band?
Yeah.
Well, I'm into it. Whenever his website comes back online, I'm buying me a pair. Because why the fuck not? Why the fuck?
I mean,
not?
hey, dude, if you want to fucking buy it, I mean, that's up to you. But it's not even that expensive.
The most homoerotic underwear commercial ever. Not even fucking close.
Yeah,
not
dude,
even close.
Yeah,
not even fucking close, dude. It's a fucking men's underwear commercial. No.
So do you want to see it? No. I don't think I want to see it.
No, I don't know. I'm gonna avoid that one like the fucking plague. Thanks. I'll buy the underwear, but I'm not watching the fucking shark movie.
I'll buy the underwear, but there you go.
It looks dumb as fucking shit.
The Last of Us, TJ.
Not in a fun way.
You've seen this show, right?
Of course I have. Who the fuck ain't seen this? Everybody's seen it.
Some dude in Wisconsin hasn't seen it.
Everybody's seen the show.
I'm from Wisconsin hasn't seen the show, TJ.
Everybody see the show. Everybody go, go, go. Ha, ha, ha. He. This show is for me.
Dude, HBO finally found another hit. They're like, oh shit, Game of Thrones.
You know what's really weird? This show's like a big hit, right?
Oh, yeah. It's a huge fucking hit.
And this show's also like pretty woke, right?
I guess.
So what happened to I heard go woke, go broke. But apparently not, because this is pretty fucking woke. And I mean, 2 whole episodes are devoted to gay love stories.
Yeah. I just fast forward through those episodes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously me too, because who wants to see that shit? But you know, show went woke, and
I think the main complaint I've heard people with this show is there's not enough infected. That's really.
I think there was
Game of Thrones did have zombies. That is true. It's gonna have zombies. HBO just needs to make a show with some form of a zombie, and they're good.
Yeah, I felt like there was plenty of fucking I mean, like I was fine with them being backdropped. You know, there was a few scenes where it showed like them doing their thing, but I didn't need much more than what I had.
Zombies are never really meant to be the focus of zombie shows and movies. I think that people get that wrong a lot of times when they watch zombie shit. It's like the zombies are like this external force that at times can be like an agent of chaos.
The zombies are meant to like put pressure on these, human characters to see what they do.
And the zombies need to show up at the right moment. That's when the zombie is so critical. It's like it has to show up right when it's the worst time possible.
She's telling me really felt about the gay episodes. Almost made me puke my damn guts out. Disgusting.
That's some beautiful love stories there,
Bunch of homosexuals doing all that gay crap.
The dude, he's building his whole town. He's got his life all figured out and shit. Till he meets the other dude. I got that fucking. I have the Wikipedia pulled up for names and shit.
Damn Wikipedia, bunch of damn homos. You ask me. Bunch of damn hobos trying to brainwash y'all kids into being hobos.
Oh, dude, I love the beginning. I love the beginning of the show where like they have the thing in Indonesia. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh shit. Now this fungal shit is affecting humans. What can we do?
Look at this. Look at this bitch lying about me, Scotty. Said nope. You loved it. You cried. Yeah, I cried because I cried for what was happening to my once great country. Yeah, and I saw them damn queers up on the TV kissing. I was like, nope. Whatever happened to America?
What's a beautiful love story with Bill and Frank, dude?
Cry Jay, dude. Yeah. I mean, the truth is, I was a little bitch during that episode.
Oh my god.
Love is so beautiful. So pure, so beautiful. Yeah, I mean, it was fucking, it was pathetic. It's true.
Yeah, I actually love those episodes simply because the fact that
just knowing that you're watching something that's triggering a bunch of chuds somewhere.
Yeah, a bunch of chuds somewhere getting mad that like there's other love stories. Like, no. Like, dude, if it was Bill and Barbara, you wouldn't give a shit. You just be like, good. Oh, they're the beautiful love story. That's wonderful. But it's two dudes for some reason. It's like, dude, it's the fucking apocalypse. Even if you wanted to give him shit, how many people are gonna happen by in the fucking apocalypse? I mean, he might just. I mean, like, I have a theory. Bill was the one played by Nick Offerman, right? He was Bill,
I think.
I mean,
I don't know who his
I don't think he's gay, dude. I think he's just like, you know what? I didn't get none before. Might as well get some now.
You just think it's convenient, like, yeah. I never really was too particular, but I
mean, fuck yeah, dude.
White bears.
I think, like, honestly,
you know what? Fuck you. Why does every goddamn gay thing in media got to be these fucking cute little twinks all the damn time? That's barely gay. When they're that fucking feminine, it's barely even gay. There's gonna be a gay love story. It should be between two fucking men, not some goddamn. I'm a beautiful twink that's basically a girl anyway, because that's not even gay. I mean, it is technically gay. But I want to see two big, hairy fucking oafs fucking each other in the ass, god damn it. Because that's as American as apple pie.
No. That's evil and immoral.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was wrong. Evil and immoral. My bad.
I like in the beginning, the first episode too, where, before shit hits the fan, and you see like the old people eating the fucking pancakes and shit, and it's like, oh shit, don't eat them pancakes, bro.
Don't eat them pancakes. That pancake got the fucking poison. The cordyceps up in there gonna turn you into a retard.
Dude, and you know what's great now is not anything like these like fungal infections. Like people are gonna be like, Last of Us is happening. Last of Us about to come true. You're gonna be a fucking cordyceps soon, TJ. The way they described it too, with like you're basically on a perpetual LSD trip while you're being controlled by this thing, that does sound pretty crazy.
Whoa.
The never-ending LSD
trip. That sounds pretty awesome.
You're on a never-ending LSD trip. Of course, like
I mean, really, it's a win-win. That's why I never understood why these people like kill me before it. No. I'll be the zombie. I want to see what that's
like a Walking Dead or Game of Thrones zombie. That doesn't sound very appealing. But
I'll do it. I don't give a shit. I'll be whatever zombie you need me to be.
Well, with the White Walkers, though, wasn't it really just a necromancer? So it was really just the spirit of the first one, anyways. Like there were not. I mean, so it's like it's kind of just like him multiplied times 10,000 or whatever.
Sure, Scotty.
But The
Whatever you
Walking Dead or some shit. I mean, like you're just some dumb rotting. You want to be that, TJ? You want to just walk around aimlessly?
Whatever you say, Scotty.
I mean, TJ, you didn't like exercise in real life, and like when you were alive.
TJ is selfish. What's so selfish about
Yeah,
it?
he's a very selfish guy.
What's selfish about it? If I fucking get bit, let me become a fucking zombie. Fuck you.
Hell no. What if you come back and try to eat my ass?
You're living in a world with like millions of zombies. What are the odds that I'm going to be the one that comes and gets you? Pretty
Is it
fucking
possible?
minimal.
Is it possible?
It's possible, but it's possible I could lose my temper and murder you now as a human. So, you know,
Dude,
what does it fucking matter?
What's gonna happen, TJ? I'm gonna be in the apocalypse and shit, and it's gonna be like, that's a big zombie over there. And it's gonna be TJ. And it's like, oh shit, TJ, no, TJ, fight it, TJ. And you're like, I have to fucking kill you. So either I have to fucking kill your goddamn zombie-fied ass, or you have to fucking kill me. And I'm like, oh, TJ, why?
Zombie, 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 zombie.
A lot of hype around the show. Do you think it lives up to the hype, TJ? You think
the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
A lot of you weren't a big fan of Game of Thrones, right? You didn't really care for it.
Yeah, it's all right. It's a good show. Better in the early seasons. This show, I mean, like 9 episodes. I mean, I enjoyed every single episode, at least to some extent. Some were better than others. I would say overall, first season.
I figured the one you would have liked the best is I think it's When We Are in Need, the cannibal episode.
Cannibal episode. Oh, with the crazy preacher and shit.
Yeah, that one was like, this is like
that was
honestly,
that
TJ,
was super intense. I mean, that scene where Ellie kills that guy was like one of the most brutal. I guess that was actually from the game too. I never played the fucking game. I don't know.
That was a great episode. That was a powerful episode too, because of the fact that like you're expecting the conclusion to be Joel pops in there and busts a cap in his ass or something.
Right, and she fucking takes care of business herself, and it's pretty cool. That was definitely a great episode. I think the gay love story, both of those episodes were probably my favorite. I don't know. I was more into like seeing some LGBT romance than I was seeing, yet another horde of fucking zombies or some fucking.
Your least favorite shit is the Kansas City kind of.
Honestly, like as much as I did like
the infected come out.
I mean, like as much as I did like the episode with the fucking crazy Christian cannibals and shit, I did kind of fucking. I could, other than the fucking ending where she takes care of business herself instead of needing to be rescued. I think other than that, it was kind of very predictable. Like I pretty much knew everything was going to happen from early on, even without having played the games and shit. And
I guess you could tell. Yeah.
I guess in the games he wasn't even a Christian. That was something they added for the show, which actually pissed a bunch of Christians off. Pissed off Rainn Wilson of The Office. He's like, I'm tired of Christians being portrayed this way. And I kind of am too. Not because I care about Christian sensibilities, but just because it was just so predictable from the beginning that they were going to be evil. Because,
yeah, like he did that. Like the guy played it very much like a lot of fundamental Christians they like act in their actual lives, where it's like they act very nice, and there's like this false like niceties they do, like, oh, how are you doing? Are you doing well? But the minute, of course, they get upset or things don't go the way they want or the way they prescribed, and suddenly like you see this dark shift in them where it's like, I'm actually a piece of shit. I'm abusive and terrible and like controlling. Anyone that questions me, I threaten their life. Like, oh no, I can't believe that.
Yeah, it was cool.
No, not about Joel. We're talking about the.
I was glad they got a real giraffe for the end instead of doing a CG giraffe. That was kind of cool. Nice to see them not just fucking rely on a cheesy CG giraffe and actually get a real giraffe on there.
Are you joking? The CGI giraffe in the end, that last episode was horrible.
What are you talking about? No, that was a real giraffe.
That was not a real giraffe. You talking about that up close?
Yeah.
That looked like a CGI giraffe.
That was not a fucking CGI giraffe. It was a real giraffe, dude. See, this is why I don't think people actually know when CGI is horrible or not, because they can't even tell when they're looking at it. Oh man, that CGI giraffe looks totally fake. That's a real giraffe, bro.
Wasn't the giraffe CGI in The Last of Us? Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yes, that's what the answer is.
It's not yes.
Naturally, there are a number of people on social media who thought the giraffe was entirely fake, totally CGI, as so many on-screen animals are these days. Others went so far as to criticize the CGI, unaware the giraffe is an animal actor, Nabu, possibly tripping people up. There was a good deal of visual effects utilized to pull off the scene. HBO took production of Last of Us to the Calgary Zoo to film the scene. Nabu's enclosure was fitted with blue paneling to make a blue screen.
So the giraffe is real, but so basically the set is
fake
fake.
background fucked with people. That's what it was.
No, people just don't know what a fucking real giraffe looks like. They're that media illiterate now.
Bullshit, dude. I think that fucking fake background
know shit.
threw people off, man. Nah, fuck you, TJ.
Nah, you're just dumb. You just don't want to admit
You're
you're
a
dumb.
punk ass bitch, TJ.
We filmed a real giraffe and then we put a CGI giraffe on top of it.
Dude, it's CGI and CGI'd, man. I don't believe it, TJ. It's another government conspiracy. They're actually
fucking lying to us, bro.
Look, TJ here. Look, listen to me. There are no real giraffes left, TJ. They are all CGI'd. That's not a real giraffe.
All right, fair enough.
And if you question me, TJ, alien mind lasers will come into your brain and take it over and make you understand the truth about giraffes.
I don't know. I give the fucking show a fucking 8
A
out of 10.
I give it a bucking Bronco.
Bucking 8 out of 10.
I agree with that. 8 out of 10. It's a solid show. You guys should definitely check it out if you have not seen it. Oh, I didn't know if this from the Emmy award-winning creator of Chernobyl, and they created
never seen it.
Acclaimed video game. Dude, finally a video game series or franchise, whatever, that fucking just demonstrates that video games, especially like Last of Us, should be TV series. Now,
dude, I can't fucking hide my fucking excitement anymore. I feel like this Mario movie looks pretty fucking good. I don't care about fucking Chris Pratt doing whatever. I'm over it. The movie actually looks pretty fucking legit. Like, it just looks good. You know what I mean?
Look, here's the thing. Chris Pratt as Mario sucks. There's no denying that. I mean, like, I don't think it's going to be any better than that. It's a sad reality.
But I mean,
Jack
it
Black
looks
as Bowser is awesome.
And like, it just visually looks striking compared to like other fucking CG, 3D movies like that have come out. It just looks fucking amazing. Like, the colors look so bright and vivid and interesting. I don't know.
I'm glad because it's fuck Sonic and shit, man. Like, I get it. Sonic's all right.
I ain't seen those Sonic movies, and I really got no fucking
Ain't
urge
nothing special about him, dude. Ain't nothing special. Like, dude, of course Mario needs to fucking come back and fucking take his rightful place. Take the throne back from lame ass fucking Sonic, dude. Fuck Sonic and his goddamn worthless hedgehog fucking blue ass.
They should make a fucking crossover where Mario just literally fucks Sonic in the ass, dude.
I'd be fine with that. Cocaine bear. Cocaine bear. Cocaine bear.
11 out of 10. 20 out of 10. A million out of 10.
Fucking fitting that Ray Liotta came in. I don't know if his first role was Goodfellas, but it's a movie about selling a bunch of fucking cocaine, then goes out with Cocaine Bear. I don't know if it could be any more perfect than that.
He came to us with cocaine and he left us with cocaine.
And dude, him playing like a burned out, washed up drug dealer, like, was just fucking perfect, dude. Ray Liotta, like, before he died, looked like absolute shit, but it just adds to the role. Like, he fucking lived his life. Like, he totally, in my mind, like, he is this fucking drug dealer.
Dude, this movie, this movie's pretty legit. I mean, I have problems with it, with a few things. I'm not going to say
they think the gimmick went too far.
No.
They're like, oh, it went too far.
No, that's not the problem. The problem is that they fucking have a scene midway through the movie that is like one of the coolest fucking things you've ever seen, where the bear is chasing the ambulance and like all the fucking chaos.
Oh, dude, I love that fucking scene.
I mean, everyone loved that scene. That's fucking amazing.
Especially the end where the park ranger falls out.
Yeah, I mean,
flips and fucking,
it's fucking crazy brutal shit.
Beautiful.
It's fucking amazing.
The dude in the tree. A lot of great kills in this movie.
But the problem is that at the end of the movie, right when you're expecting it to do its most high octane shit yet, kind of chooses to go out on a more low key note compared to what happened before, and it's sort of like, no, you need to do something big and spectacular for the ending if you're gonna have a midway through the movie sequence like that. There should have been something.
I could have fucking done it.
Of course you could have.
I'll tell you what I would have done, man. They send out an elite squad of people in a fucking helicopter. And it's like they fucking gear it up like, we've hunted 100 bears, blah, blah, blah. Like, build these guys up. Cocaine Bear fucking gets a massive pile of fucking cocaine, ingests it. This helicopter's fucking flying, and like Cocaine Bear is chilling on the top of a fucking tree, jumps out and fucking grabs the back of the fucking helicopter. Oh shit! I'm losing out! Oh my god! Shit's going down. Fuck, Cocaine Bear's holding on, fucking just gripping, biting the back of that fucking thing. Jumps off, of course, surviving perfectly fine. Like as a soft fucking landing. The helicopter crashes, fucking explodes. Shit's going everywhere. Fucking body. Cocaine Bear fucking sniffs some more cocaine. Fucking keeps on going.
Yeah, you could have had a scene where like the Cocaine Bear like throws the pilot into the propeller and shit.
Dude, fucking Cocaine Bear, dude.
Yeah, it needed to go out on a fucking bigger spectacle.
Yeah, there has to be a big battle scene, dude. Like, I want them to recognize.
So honestly, like
Cocaine
one of the
Bear
things
is a threat.
One of the things, I mean, I knew Cocaine Bear was going to be entertaining, but I was kind of surprised at how entertaining it was to just spend time with like the characters in this movie. Because they're actually some pretty fun characters to spend time with. Now, some of them do suck. Like those spending time with those little kids fucking sucks.
Yeah, little kids suck. I mean,
they fucking sucked. That was the worst fucking thing about the movie easily. But a lot of the other characters were actually pretty interesting. So, I don't know. And it was kind of cool. You know, every movie like this has to establish a cast of killables. But, you know, a lot of times the killables are very generic fucking characters that are not that fun to be around. This movie actually gives you a pretty fun cast of killables. Now, I think it lets too many of them live. I think you needed more deaths in this movie. I think, you know, you had plenty of fucking cast left to work with that you could have fucking killed off.
Yeah, so you have
in spectacular ways.
You have Bob, the cop. Henry's, that's one of the kids. The Ranger. Oh, dude, Ranger Liz. Oh, yeah, she was great. I loved when she got killed.
I love her death. Honestly, like, I loved her death, but I kind of wish that she'd been around in the movie longer because she was so fucking fun to watch.
Oh, dude, she was perfect, dude. She was the perfect cast of a fucking park ranger. It's like, instead of like them casting, like they cast the worst person possible. Some fat, old, out of shape woman really knows how to use her fucking gun. Has to face this insane set of circumstances. This Cocaine Bear shows up and is just ready to kill, dude. And she's just so overwhelmed. And just, but dude, I love brings a lot of humor to it.
I mean, everything about that fucking sequence, from the moment the paramedics arrive until the moment everyone is fucking dead, that 10 minutes or so of film, or 8 minutes or whatever it was, however long that sequence lasted. I don't know how long, I don't know what percent. Maybe it might have been just as little as 5 minutes. I think it was at least 7. But that fucking portion of the movie alone was easily worth the fucking price of admission.
Yeah, this is a movie, solid first couple acts, but the third act, you're right. That's really kind of
a little bit of floundering.
Yeah, it doesn't really know where to go with it. It's like, oh, how do we end this shit?
I mean, they could have done what you just, I mean, they knew. I think maybe they just ran out of money or something. I don't know what the fucking problem was.
Dude, maybe it's like the sequel to Cocaine Bear where they send in like the Bear Squad and Cocaine Bear, they take them out one at a time. I mean, there's got to be some shit like that, though. Like,
yeah, the Cocaine Bear does live, which is kind of cool.
And its babies also addicted to cocaine.
Yeah, Cocaine Bear also has its cocaine cubs, and they all live, which is fine with me. I don't care that they let it live, but like they definitely needed some kind of big spectacle at the end, and they just kind of didn't.
Then they toned down toward the end because Jump the Stakes anymore would have it's called plot armor, dude. I don't give a shit if they literally like just put plot armor in the movie, like a bullet fucking whizzes at Cocaine Bear and it just it gets deflected.
You just see it deflect and it just says plot armor, you know, bitch. And it's great.
It's already a ridiculous premise, dude. Just give Cocaine Bear insane plot armor. Like Cocaine Bear just can't be killed. It doesn't matter. Even with that helicopter crash, like he walks away without a fucking scratch. It doesn't matter. You can't kill Cocaine Bear. You can't.
Yeah, and I feel like they should have gone.
She can't die, right? It's a she actually.
It's a she.
Yeah, she can't fucking die. Excuse me.
It should have definitely gone on a little bit. I think they could have gone a little further with it, honestly. It was maybe a little bit too restrained. But that being said, movie is tremendously entertaining. Good fucking flick.
Great popcorn flick.
Preeminently watchable fucking movie.
7 out of 10 for me, at least.
7 out of 10, you said?
Yeah.
I would. I feel like I'm giving everything an 8 out of 10. But I think that's probably a pretty honest rating for me on this one.
I saw with Taylor, and she's probably more like a 5 out of 10. She did not think the movie was that entertaining. She kind of just sat there like, So I think you have to have the right mindset, and you have to have the right kind of like, you have to kind of like these kind of schlocky movies, like me and TJ. Like we don't like give a fuck. Like, you have to get pretty fucking far down in the dirt. for us to go, oh man, I don't like that. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know. This is
What was
I'm
your biggest,
never.
yeah, that was my, what was your biggest problem with the movie?
What were
Tell
we?
me, Taylor, so I can refute you.
What was the biggest problem with it again?
That was my biggest problem with the movie.
Oh, what was it? I don't know.
Uh, it should have been more crazy. They established how insane the bear, I mean, I'm assuming you meant the bear, was with the ambulance scene and how far the bear was willing to go. But then, okay, so she just felt let down by it. Yeah, I understand that.
I feel like, yeah, that scene established a level of craziness that the film never really reaches again, or even really tries to reach again.
That was such an amazing fucking scene, too. Yeah,
So,
it was just uneven. You know, it's just an uneven film. And that's the thing, I think, with Cocaine Bear 2. Cocaine Bear goes to Manhattan or whatever the fuck they decide. You know, please let it happen.
Yeah, they definitely need
it.
they definitely need to up the ante. But I think, you know, as far as I'm concerned, they promised me a Cocaine Bear and with wild hijinks, and they delivered. So
fuck yeah.
So I'm down.
I'm gonna end with some movie news stuff. So Keanu Reeves details gruesome John Wick set accidents. So obviously in the making of these movies, Keanu Reeves does, I don't know if he does all of his own stunts, but I'm assuming he does a lot of them.
Yeah, he does a lot of his own stunts in these.
Because some pretty crazy shit happens in these movies. Okay, yeah, the John Wick movies are chock full of guns, knives. Yeah, we get that. In a recent interview with comicbook.com ahead of the John Wick Chapter 4 release, Reeves shares 2 accidents that occurred on set while filming the hit franchise. Although it's obvious from what ends up on the screen that minor cuts, scrapes, and bruises are probably commonplace for Reeves and all the stunt performers, there were 2 occasions when things got a little more serious. And here's his comments. Well, I mean, everyone is pretty tired, but it's the best kind of tired. It's you climbed a mountain now. Now you're resting. Like you finished the game, you won. A lot of cliches here. I don't know. So in terms of accidents, I made a mistake once. I cut a gentleman's head open. Oh, fuck. So that really fucking sucked. I'm not going to excuse your language because you don't need to. But other than that, one guy got hit by a car. Oh, shit. I don't want to be hit by a car. He was in the car. He had to go to the hospital, but he was okay. That's not too bad for an action movie, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you want to do a fucking traditional action film. I mean, you do risk like stunt people do die making movies and stuff.
There's not like too much. I mean, that's basically the article.
I mean, whatever. The rest of it's just an ad for John Wick. And
yeah, by the way, John Wick 4. John Wick 4.
I mean, tremendous respect for fucking stunt people for sure, because like they're willing to fucking put their lives on. I mean, someone who's willing to put their life on the line to entertain you, that's pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah, purely to be in a movie. And I mean, people die doing that shit. Accidents
sure.
happen on sets. I mean, what really sucks is not always stunt people that get killed on movie sets. It's people like they're participating in the stunt, but they're like the crew around it, and then something goes wrong and they get killed.
Sure.
They weren't even really intending to risk their life. I thought it was kind of interesting. I just don't know if I think it's necessary. But I'm sure Robert Downey Jr. could probably pull it off. But Hitchcock stuff, I don't know. It's not really been remade too much, aside from I know they remade Psycho, which was not great.
Yeah, that was terrible. I've actually never seen Vertigo. I should probably watch that.
You should watch that, dude. 100%. You should watch that.
It's definitely like one of these movies that's been on my to watch list forever, but I've never actually watched it.
So a Vertigo remake,
kind of a dumbass.
Yeah, you need to watch every Hitchcock movie pretty much. A Vertigo remake is officially in the works with Robert Downey Jr. being eyed to star. Well, if they get him, I mean that's going to be greenlit. Released in 1958, the iconic psychological thriller directed by Alfred Hitchcock stars James Stewart, Jimmy Stewart, as a private investigator suffering from the titular condition, an extreme fear of heights, who is hired to trail an acquaintance's wife exhibiting erratic behavior. Today, Vertigo is considered one of the influential filmmakers' most defining works, and frankly ranks among the greatest films of all time. Well, yeah. Does it need to be remade? No, obviously it doesn't. I can save you the time on this. We don't need to read this. No, you don't need to remake Vertigo. If you've seen it, it's an amazing film. But I mean, to be honest with you, it was made quite a while ago, and maybe they can put a different spin on it. Maybe they could do something interesting with it. Vince
Vaughn was a horrible Norman. All right. I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something here. I'm gonna say something that's gonna be a controversial take.
That Vince Vaughn should be Vince Vaughn should be guillotined. I don't think it's controversial.
I'm gonna fucking sit. No, it's a more controversial take than that. More controversial even than that, Scotty. Vince Vaughn was not good as Norman Bates, but like I didn't think it was that bad either. I mean, like, really, the problem with that movie is just that it fails in any way
To be original.
to live up to the original. And really, like, but if
Well,
you
it's not
took
original itself. It's a shot for shot remake.
but if you took it in and of itself and just watched it, and you had no idea of the original, and you had no, I mean, like, it'd be all right. It's really, it suffers from comparison.
Well, yeah, because the bones of it is a solid fucking movie with a unique, it's unique in the fact that the protagonist is killed in the end of the or beginning of the second act, I believe. So I mean, like,
Yeah.
I mean, so there's kind of an inversion there that you're not really used to seeing in cinema, especially at that time. So that was kind of unique. Obviously, Alfred Hitchcock really pushed the boundaries of what he was allowed to do with sexuality in that film. It has a good twist, especially for the time period of Norman Bates' mom, when you get to meet his mom. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, wait, okay.
That's another thing, is like, part of like what makes Psycho work so well is like putting it in the context of its time. And like
In the 90s or whatever was made, it was just
right,
not,
like those boundaries had already been pushed. So it doesn't have that like transgressive quality to it. It's almost kind of like a little bit more generic by that standard. And I don't know. And just like, why make a shot for shot fucking remake of a great fucking, like, why replicate every fucking shot basically of the fucking film?
Yeah, I would like to see something just more original.
I don't know what the fucking need to do that was. I mean, I guess it's interesting. It's an interesting little experiment, but
I mean, obviously an homage to Hitchcock.
I mean, it's more,
Clearly.
man, can you really call it an like homage? I mean, if you've done something different with it, but I don't get it. I don't get what the point was.
I mean, it is updated. Obviously, it doesn't necessarily look like
Yeah, a little bit, but I don't know.
I mean,
I feel like the fucking original is.
You should watch Vertigo, though. But do I think it's like sacrosanct where you just cannot remake Vertigo? Of course not. I mean, and I'm sure if Robert Downey Jr. wants to do it, I mean, he's the kind of guy that they're going to make the movie if he wants to be in it, and maybe he can bring something different to it.
Maybe. I mean, I hope they don't just. I mean, I've never watched it, so I can't really talk too much. But maybe I'll check it out, knowing that it's being remade, so I can kind of judge.
You've seen Rear Window, at least, right?
Yeah, I've seen Rear Window.
Okay, well, at least you've fucking seen that.
That's
dude.
another one that's been remade to death. Usually under different names.
But obviously just updated. Like that movie, what was it? Like Disturbia.
Disturbia.
Yeah, with
that's
freaking
basically
Kyle the Bitch. Like
Yes.
that's basically an updated version of it. But that one's not. It's not really commonly done in the way where it's like we're remaking Rear Window. It's just like this is inspired by Rear Window. So I'm kind of interested to see if it's like they're gonna make a Vertigo like movie where it's inspired by it, or it's necessarily gonna be like it's the same thing where it's gonna like, oh, it's really.
Someone is saying that he did it to not have Psycho remade. So he's like, I will do a shot for shot remake so that no one tries a remake. That doesn't make any sense. It's really
I don't
weird.
know. Dude, there's some directors are a weird bunch. So I mean, I believe I can see an interview of that coming up where it's like, I didn't want it to be remade, so I remade it. Like, all right. I guess what they're saying is like they did it just so much like the original that it would just be unnecessary again to make it for a while or something.
I guess.
So.
You know what's really bizarre too is that Quentin Tarantino really fucking loves that remake.
Does he really?
Yeah, he said it was like one of his favorite films of that year. I'm just like, why? You fucking weird guy.
Like I said, directors are a weird bunch, especially ones that get successful. I mean, Quentin Tarantino, a lot of ways, is a fucking genius. So I don't really want to question his taste in film, even though it's completely subjective. So I mean, maybe there's something there I just don't get. You got to be on that higher, big-brained Tarantino level to understand it.
Yeah,
I just felt like it was.
I don't understand the
personally.
genius of the film or whatever the fuck. So,
but yeah, I mean, honestly, I look like here's my thing with Vertigo though. At the end of the day, it's like at least they're not just making another stupid ass superhero movie. So I'm cool with that. Just make less of that shit.
it's another TJ hasn't seen the classics episode. Yeah, but I've seen the Death Stalker trilogy or quadrilogy numerous times. So
you've seen every Hellraiser movie too, right?
No, that's Paul. I've not seen every Hellraiser movie.
I thought you'd seen everyone. I've seen
no,
the first, like,
I've seen the
5.
first. I've seen the first 4. So
yeah,
but once it went like direct to
yeah, pretty much
DVD, direct to video, I pretty much stopped.
I don't know how Paul forced himself to watch those ones.
He is just deeply
Because
fascinated by
after
those films.
Bloodlines, dude, I just don't know. It gets it gets really bad. I actually am a big fan of the first 3 Hellraiser movies. To be honest with you,
TJ is a movie normie.
You mean normie?
You mean normie? Maybe But really, the Deathstalker movies are not normie shit either. It's just that's like pure schlocky.
TJ's not
badass.
a movie normie. TJ's like a schlocky, if you want to call him anything. His favorite shit is schlock. I mean, even since he was a little ass kid.
I consider myself a schlockmeister. But you know, I've been watching pretty legit movies lately. I don't know. I think the Creed and Rocky fucking movies are pretty legit for the most part. I mean, some of them are schlocky. Rocky 4 is schlocky for sure.
It's schlocky, but in such a beautiful 80s action sort of cheese.
TJ is Normie Bates. Fuck you. Go to hell, Weedy. Your name is Weedy Gonzalez, bro. Which actually, now that I'm thinking about it, is actually pretty cool.
That's
so
a
fuck
fucking
you.
awesome. What the? That's a horrible comeback. Your name is Weedy Gonzalez. Oh shit.
Wait a minute. That's cool.
Dude, like I'm imagining Weedy Gonzalez like fucking rolling my joint and bringing it like super quick. Like, Scotty, do you need a joint? Like, yes, I do. And it's like, no problem, my friend. And it's like,
I don't think either of us has seen The Whale yet.
I've seen The Whale. Great movie.
Oh, you have?
It's a great fucking movie. I mean, really emotional movie too.
So you didn't pull it though.
I think you should see it before we discuss that one.
Okay, fair.
I mean, dude, Brandon Fraser, amazing fucking performance. I mean, dude, like you want a fucking movie that'll fucking touch down deep in the depths of your soul. Definitely The Whale, as well as the fact that a movie that's overly like, a lot of movies are overly dark now. One where it finally kind of made sense to be so. But I want TJ to see it. I love The Whale. I think it's a great fucking film. It's a hard film to watch for a lot of people though, because it is a fucking bleak film.
Is it, Scotty? Is it bleak?
Well, you go and watch the movie and tell me what you think, and then we'll discuss it on one of these.
All right,
episodes.
fair enough.
We'll do, hopefully we'll do one next week with other shit we've watched. Because well, actually next week we got to see. I'm driving up to where TJ lives, and we're actually doing a review of the new Dungeons and Dragons movie.
People are telling me this is a tearjerker, dude. I already cry at the dumbest shit in fucking normal.
The Whale. Movies. Oh my god, dude, The Whale is 100% a tearjerker.
All right, fine.
It is dude. If you like TJ, like. TJ, like, honestly, is way more emotional in movies than I am. Like, he's like,
dude, I'm way more emotional in movies than anybody else I know. Like, I cry at the drop of a hat. Oh, yeah, that's true, Steve. Yeah.
Steve is like, literally, like, Wheel of Fortune. Like, they won the trip to the Bahamas. I'm like, Steve, how can you be this big, tough dude? And then, like, someone wins a fucking prize on Wheel of Fortune. You're fucking balling like a baby.
Yeah, that's fucking great. All right. What's the next thing? We got one more thing, right?
Let's see. Oh, just yet another way for us to show the fact that next week we're doing a review.
Oh yeah, I guess you and I are gonna go see this, right?
Yeah, like I said, I'm driving up there next week, and me and Chichi are gonna go see this. Yeah. Really, just like yet again, because if you go to Screen Rant, I
mean, I'm hearing that this movie is actually good, but I fucking kind of refuse to believe it. I feel like this is one where I'm gonna disagree and just still think it sucks.
Maybe. Speaking with SFX magazine, Grant explained that he's fearful of dedicated gamers and their possible responses to Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves, which is a well-founded fear. Let's just
don't be a pussy.
The actor, despite his fears, he's hopeful that the movie can win them over. Check out what he had to say below. Okay. I'm scared for the gamers because they're very territorial about the game they love, so they want to hate it, but they're not allowed to. Very Hugh Grant comment.
I don't even fucking I'm not like
Hugh Grant's generally a good villain, and I think he can fucking pull it off. If he can pull that role off, that at least that'll give you something. I mean, like, the bar is so low with the other D&D movie. Well, except for the category of so bad it's good. So this movie, if it's legitimately good, will be interesting.
It's sitting at 88% right now with not too many. It's got 66 reviews in.
What about the audience? We got any audience score in yet?
There's no audience score yet.
That's what I care about, dude. I'm like, look, I'm a pleb.
Sure.
Dude. I'm not a fucking critic. I'm a fucking pleb.
I find that probably the closest to my sensibilities is usually like the IMDb crowd. But I just never know.
I mean, look, at the end of the day, you gotta sit down in that fucking theater. Gotta get our popcorn, and we gotta go.
I really don't want to fucking see this movie, but I'll do it.
You don't want to see this movie?
Not really.
Dude, this movie has been a source of inspiration for your life for years, TJ.
Has it?
Yeah, dude. Like, when we heard about it last year, I remember you welled up with tears. You're like, man, Scott, I can't wait to fucking see it.
I guess I did. Yeah, I did weep.
You welled up there was tears in your eyes. You're like,
I did weep at the sheer beauty of this existing, but
the only way it can get any better than I've heard, I'm just hoping that Blue Lips makes a cameo. If that can happen, my life is complete.
Are you guys planning on watching the new Evil
Yes.
Dead flick? I am, and
100%.
I've heard that it does have the humor of an Evil Dead movie.
You know what someone said? Someone said, I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, but I can at least see their point. They said, you know, if it's based on you're talking about the Evil Dead like remakes, like Evil Dead 1 and then to the other Evil Dead, that there wasn't as much humor in the original Evil Dead.
There is a lot of humor in the original Evil
But
Dead.
I don't find necessarily like I'm a bigger
just
fan
not-
of Evil Dead 2, so I haven't really watched Evil Dead 1 in a long time.
Dude,
just-
if you watch people who say there's no humor in the original Evil Dead, I don't know if they're just like stupid, but there is. Like it's,
But I recall there being a fair amount. Like,
there
it
is
being kind of
stuff.
over the
There is
top.
stuff in Evil Dead 1 that is clearly meant to be fucking funny.
Yeah, I think Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell's vision for that was a lot of
Now,
humor in it.
Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness
That
are
amps
way
it up
more.
way more.
They're way more over the top with the comedy, but like to say it's not an element present in the first film, you either like you have no media literacy at that point. You're
Well,
just
Evil Dead
stupid.
2 and Army of Darkness are just totally self-aware of
You're
it.
like stupid or fucking have some sort of disability.
I mean,
because
but
it's there.
By the time Army of Darkness rolls around, I mean, like it's pretty much mainly. I don't know. I consider it mainly a comedy. If I'm being honest with you.
But I've been thinking about checking out this 2013 one just to see what I think because I hear mixed things. I've known people who like it. I've known people who don't like it. But my
I'm not a big
understanding
fan
is that
personally of the remake. But
my
I mean,
understanding is
it's
there's pretty much.
unwatchable.
I hear there's pretty much no humor in it though, which that kind of disappoints me.
I don't recall there being any really. I mean, maybe there was.
But I hear that this new one gets the trademark Evil Dead humor down. But so far, only critics have seen it. I'm interested to see what audiences and more specifically what I think about the fucking thing.
Well, you know, I mean, that's all good and well, but I'm afraid this is the only movie that has my heart now. Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, fuck,
Honorable Thieves.
fuck this piece of shit. I mean, I'll give it a chance, but I'm gonna tell you
know
right
what this
now.
fucking shit is. You know, I've actually thought about this.
I'm gonna tell you this
I
right
drive
now,
all the way up
Scotty.
there. We do this review. I fucking hate it, and you love it. That could fucking
yeah.
happen.
That would be funny. But you
You're
know
like,
what?
Scotty, it is an intricate film. Hugh
telling
Grant's
you what,
performance.
I'm going into this movie. I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm lying. It's gonna have to win me over. I'm gonna go in with a sour ass disposition, ready to hate it. So it's gonna have
That's
to.
the
It's
best kind of movie, TJ. If
it's
you,
gonna
if
have
it's
to
not on
work to
top,
win me
you know it's a good
over.
movie.
Okay. It's gonna have to fucking really do some heavy lifting
It's
to
gonna
get me
win
on
you over.
board.
It's gonna win you over, man. Guaranteed. Guaranteed
What-
your money back, TJ.
What do you, who do you
Your
think?
fucking
You think?
money back.
What aspect of it do you think is win me over? Because as far as I can tell, it looks like a really shitty off-brand Marvel movie.
Dude? I think Hugh Grant's English charm is gonna win you over, man.
Honestly, I think I think that probably is the most likely
His
thing to win me
acerbic
over.
wit, TJ. Just like the smarminess of Hugh Grant, I think you'd be like, "That's me." That's the person you'll fucking cling to because I think if there's anything that's gonna be a siren call to you, I don't think it's gonna be like Chris Pine or any of those other motherfuckers in
It's
it.
dude,
It's
it's
Grant.
definitely not going to be Chris Pine. It's not going to be Chris Pine. It's not going to be anyone else. If there is someone who's going to win me over to this movie, it's probably going to be Hugh Grant with his awkward British charm, plus playing a fucking bad guy.
Well, that's what
We'll
I
see.
want Hugh Grant at. Like any movie that Hugh Grant's a villain is at least in my mind. Like, okay,
I don't think I've ever seen him as a villain before. What else has he been a villain in?
He was a villain in Paddington.
I never saw that.
See, there you go. I think he was a villain specifically in Paddington. I think it was Paddington 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
And then he was kind of a villain in what's that fucking movie?
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
It's a Guy Ritchie movie.
Yeah, I tend to avoid those.
I'll pretty much watch fucking almost any movie. Let's see, not Sherlock. I'm looking at his IMDb. The Gentleman.
Okay.
He plays like a scumbag journalist in that. I'd actually recommend that one. I mean, I don't think you love that movie, but I think you might enjoy that one. I don't know if you. Well, you actually you're not much of a fan of Guy Ritchie style, so.
Yeah, I don't know. Something about it rubs me the wrong way usually, but maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a chance.
Well, it's a movie about weed, so that always interests me at least. I'm like, oh, it's about weed, really? You kind of got
Anyway.
my attention there.
All right, cool. That's basically everything we watched. I guess Sky watched The Whale, but he doesn't want to talk about it until I've seen it. So
What? How's this even in? Dude, I'm. LOL. Scotty watched Paddington about the little bear. LOL. It's a great fucking movie. Did you know what? You go fucking watch Paddington. You know what? You know what I want? I want there to be like little tier monitors on you. So you know what? Man, that movie fucking lame, bro. That movie fucking sucks, dude. Halfway through, beep, 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 beep. What's that? Oh, it's your tear ducts. You're releasing tears. No, I'm not. No, I'm fucking. I don't give a fuck, man. That movie sucks. Paddington's fucking lame, bro. Dude, everyone loves fucking Paddington, dude.
I have not seen it, so I don't know.
Ever
Maybe I
attack
would.
Paddington in this fucking chat again? That's a perma ban. If I ever see you fucking talk shit on Paddington ever again, look, you can talk shit on me. You can definitely talk shit on TJ. You talk shit about
Not
anybody.
Paddington.
You talk shit
Paddington
on
is sacred.
Paddington, you get banned, dude. You get fucking banned, bitch. Don't fucking play with me, man. Don't play me, dude. Don't fucking play me. You understand me? Check yourself before you fucking wreck yourself.
All right. Well, I think that's our show for tonight. And we are going to TJ would say it is gay as well. I mean, I pretty much did, but I don't know.
I warned you. Bye.
I'll give it a chance.
Man,
Damn,
bitch.
man of his word.
I'm a man of my fucking word, bitch. You fucking talk shit on Paddington. Bye-bye.
Paddington and Paddington 2 are in the top 10 greatest movies of all time. Check yourself, bitch.
Yeah, baby. You tell them.
Man, these motherfucking Paddington motherfuckers
We're part of
are
dude,
hardcore.
me and Taylor are part of a fucking Paddington cult, dude. I don't want to fucking tell you this shit, TJ. We're part of a fucking Paddington cult. We have a fucking
Paddington dosa manisabo.
Like it's like a scene in a fucking horror movie. Like you come in our house like fucking sharpening a knife, and it's all like, "Hey, y'all, you ever seen Paddington?"
Next thing you know, you fucking turn around, there's a knife fucking embedded in your chest, and he's just like, "For Paddington,
Paddington one would want this. Lord Paddington is pleased." Maybe that's Paddington 3, dude. The Paddington cult movie where people get recognized. Like that's just, I can fucking see it, TJ. A small Scandinavian fucking village where people are mysteriously disappearing. Some Americans are gonna go on vacation. Wow, we've heard the crazy things about this town. People go there and never come back. Well, I'm a podcaster, so I have to see if that's true. But the twist is the fucking Paddington cult, and they're making a sacrifice to resurrect Paddington's fucking family. Boom. Paddington 3.
Anyway,
Fuck Corduroy.
gonna see you guys next time. We're gonna do another one of these next week, I guess, Scotty.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we try to do these every week.
I know we're definitely doing a Dungeons and Dragons review, so that's going to come out. Maybe it'll be part of this or whatever.
So I don't know if it'll be one of these. We should be in the same location because guys actually coming to visit.
Yeah, I'm driving up there.
Peace.
Bye.
Enjoy life, y'all.